Rise up against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Group are calling Nigerians to prepare because there will be a massive protest. For all good Nigerians out there who are already feeling the hardship of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and to those who are enjoying the Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime, whether you like it or not, there will be a protest. But before then, I want you guys to watch this particular video.
And ex-convicts parading at the presidential villa with the sinister agenda to determine the fate of Nigerians with the purpose of derailing democracy. We titled this statement, "Beware of regrouping of corrupt politicians in Aso Rock. CLO warns Tinubu." Gentlemen of the press, on behalf of the board and members of the Civil Liberties Organization, CLO, welcome you to this press conference. We are all witnesses to how Nigeria, our very dear country, which holds so much promises, as a global leader at independence on October 1, 1960, has been destroyed by successive leaders. The founding fathers of Nigeria from the north and south had great dreams, and they patriotically laid good foundation for a great country. The military forcefully took over power through a number of coups d'etats and began the process of the neutralization of Nigeria. Through determination and spilling of the blood of innocent citizens, the civil societies, the media, and other patriotic Nigerians were able to chase the military out of power, culminating in the historic return to civilian rule in 1999. However, within 24 years between then and now, the political class parading themselves as civilian leaders have brought the country to her knees through massive corruption and stealing of our common patrimony. Nigeria is now officially rated as the poverty capital of the world, one of the most corrupt countries, a safe haven for bandits and terrorists, a country with so much oil and gas resources but imports fuel, 4 moribund and dead refineries that got billions of dollars in turnaround maintenance, which is a conduit pipe for stealing public funds by every new government. Nigeria is now a comfortable environment and destination for all manners of criminal enterprise to thrive. The implication of poor and inept management of the country is supported by the recent report by the Debt Management Office, which disclosed that Nigeria's total foreign debt for the period ending March 31st, 2023, just recently, has risen to 49.85 trillion naira. That's approximately $108.30 billion from 46.26 trillion naira as at December 21st, 2022. Amidst these humiliating setbacks, the civilian rulers of Nigeria have perfected the act of impunity, where they regard the military-imposed constitution as a mere document that can only be obeyed by the poor. The CLO is appalled by the recent development in the country, where in June, a former governor of Delta State, indicted for corruption, led Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State and former Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State to visit President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Aso Rock presidential villa. Ibori, a member of the People's Democratic Party, was in office when Tinubu was governor of Lagos State between 1999 and 2007. And on July 12, former Governor Lucky Igbenedion of Edo State, who was also indicted for corruption but took advantage of a plea bargain to escape jail, was among more than 20 former governors, including Ibori, who visited Tinubu at the presidential villa. Apart from the few good ones among them, many of these governors who hid under an amorphous nom de guerre class of 99 were notorious for setting the template for the massive corruption in the country by fleecing their states and stashing the looted funds in foreign bank accounts. While briefing journalists on behalf of the class of 99, Igbenedion has said the visit was to assure Mr. Tinubu of their support and cooperation. According to him, we met the president as a colleague governor, that laid the foundation of the current democracy in Nigeria in 1999, which has continued to be strengthened up to today. Igbenedion claimed that they went to congratulate Tinubu on his election and to thank him for appointing one of them, George Akume, as the secretary to the government of the Federation. He further claimed that they spoke about security, electricity supply to Nigerians, which they said were key factors in the development of any economy, with Mr. Tinubu assuring them of the administration's preparedness to tackle the issues headlong. But like many Nigerians, we in the CLO are not deceived by the regrouping of these former governors who are now shedding crocodile tears over the state of anomy in the country. They had 8 years in office and some of them went to the Senate. What did they do? They continued in their old ways. And what manner of support would they be giving to Tinubu beyond an arrangement to accommodate them in the underdevelopment of the country? The case of James Onanife Ibori, a former governor of Delta State from 1999 to 2007, is more rankling. He is officially the only former governor who was jailed in a foreign country. He was in 2012 sentenced to 13 years in prison for money laundering by a court in the United Kingdom. Ibori fled Nigeria in April 2010 while answering to corruption charges, forcing the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to enlist the help of the Interpol to apprehend him in Dubai.
Somebody cannot be giving you peanuts, then you sell your birthright for a pot of soup. God will help us.
During the struggle against the military rule, the radical student movement was there. It was not only the civil rights organizations. The radical labor movement was there. The radical media was there. This man was one of the editors in the Insider Weekly. You saw what happened at Yoruba when they invaded the office and got all of them and imprisoned them. The same thing with him. He was a consistent visitor to the prisons and detention camps. In Enugu, I was arrested at the Adoration Center, where I went to share anti-Abacha leaflets. Lectured and handcuffed and kept in detention for 33 days. The day Abacha died was the day he gave instruction to us for us to be brought to Abuja. Dr. Tomanko, Professor Denta Udenta, Lex Haitolomo, the PA to late Nahoro, and Barrister Benedict Ezeaku. We were in government house in Enugu when Abacha died. That is the intervention of God, not our own power. Then we have the international community. There was a time Oshomole was backing that he would remove the president of Senate and his vice from office, whether by crooks or hook or whatever. We did a letter to the international community, all the embassies here, and the European Union. And they warned Asorok and Oshomole. And you saw that he kept quiet until they served out. When you keep silence in the face of tyranny, you suffer it. But when you confront the siege, you get freedom. So there's nothing that will stop us from engaging this class of Nigerians. So tell them, look, we have no society to live. If we don't do something now, we are in trouble. That was how Fidel Castro at the age of 26 years, a lawyer too, organized the civil people, students, workers, artisans, and people in Cuba in 1953 and said, I have fought these people from the lowest to the highest court in Cuba when Batista Fulgencio was enthroned by imperialism to govern Cuba, and said, we don't have a faith in this country. Students were selling their shoes, selling their books. Everybody was contributing to the struggle until 60 years in 1959 when Cuba took over Havana. Castro took over Havana and they formed the government. And he has been there till he passed off. So if you keep quiet, these people think that the society belongs to them. Some of us can no longer put food on the table for our families. Our children can no longer go to school. There are no hospitals, but they fly overseas to be treated overseas over there when our people are dying. So we can no longer keep quiet. We will organize all agents of struggle to confront these people and tell them that Nigeria does not belong to anybody but to all of us. Thank you.
And other downstream industry will also fall out from there. How much do we need to fix some of our epileptic system to earn the confidence of Dunlops and others that have left this country out of lack of confidence? So if you are pumping so much money to individuals, and I want to tell you that each time government tells you or they advise that give people cash, there are people always waiting. People always waiting to use fictitious name to collect those money. Those money, I will assure you, will not get to 20% of Nigerians. So if they have that kind of money, let them fix Ajakuta. Ajakuta will give people job. Let them also fix some of the things that have made a lot of companies to leave Nigeria for other countries. That way, you will be creating more jobs and empowering people the real way.
Okay. Practices. My own idea is this. If Dangote can use $17 billion to build a refinery that is second best in the whole of Africa, and when you look at Buhari's administration till today, and look at how much they say they have used in the turnaround maintenance of all these refineries, you will see that we have not been able to put in place a decision to maintain the refineries. The reason is that the same class of politicians that are in power are all behind the issue of importation of fuel. And you will agree with me that it is not possible, it is not easy for a man to close his own business. So they are just using the interest of Nigerians to run their firms. Dangote, an individual, built a refinery, one of the best in the whole of Africa and one of the best in the whole of the world, with $17 billion. And the last administration spent not less than $24 billion in turnaround maintenance. You can see that there is no truth in what they are saying. And if Tinubu is telling you that he is now a saint, he wants to rebuild Nigeria, he is part and parcel of the government from 2015. The government, I want to tell Nigerians that the 2015 administration of Buhari has not ended. Buhari just went home and replaced himself with another figure in their class. The administration is still there running. Because if the administration is not running, I think what a good president should have done would have been to come up with a good measure, at least to say, Nigerians, you can go to sleep. Telling us 8,000 naira. We are all Nigerians. We know the cost of living in Nigeria. 8,000 naira in 6 months, they say they are going to pay. It's 48,000. No. So just tell me, let us be true to ourselves. What can 48,000 naira do to a family or to an individual who doesn't have a wife in a week? Not to talk of in 6 months. So all these things are diversionary policies that cannot help Nigerians. They are just doing it, playing on the intelligence of Nigerians, because people are keeping quiet. Like our statement says, vigilance must be applied. If we are moving forward, we must be vigilant. And CLO, we are now standing, asking Nigerians to come and join us, because we don't have any other place to call our country than Nigeria. We can't run to any other place. And if anybody is thinking that maybe what has been happening will continue to happen now, I want to advise the person that the person is dreaming, the person is sleeping. Let the person try and wake up, because it can be business as usual. Right. Thank you.
Now, guys, you have watched this particular video. The question is, do you agree with this certain group that there should be a protest? Do you also agree that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not doing so well so far ever since he became the president of Nigeria? On the other hand, do you agree that Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be removed in office since he did not meet up to the requirements? Let's rub our mind in the comment section and let's see what is your own personal opinion about everything that is going on in Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime, his office, how he appoints people, the fuel subsidy removal, and the palliative, Remember, Bola Ahmed Tinubu requested for 500 billion. That as a palliative, though he said he will be sharing 8,000 naira monthly to over 12 billion Nigeria. So a lot of Nigeria kick up against it that this is another way of looting Nigeria resources. How do you know the poor? Remember, most of the poor Nigerians don't have accounts. So how are you going to be dispatching this cash? Is a question most Nigerians are asking. Remember, Bola Ahmed Tinubu just recently increased electricity tariff. How are you trying to fight for the betterment of Nigeria at the same time making life so hard for the citizens who voted you in, allegedly, though? And on the other hand, you said you want to help the poor but make life difficult for the normal average Nigerian. So I want to hear from you guys. Do you agree with this ethnic group that yes, it is time for Nigerians who have laid low for the longest time to rise up and stand for a great protest in Nigeria? Or do you just think, no, let's leave the case for the tribunal to fight it first? Whatever the outcome of the court be, then Nigeria cannot decide to say, okay, let's stand up. If the outcome comes out positive, then everybody will lay low forever. But if the outcome come out negatively, then Nigeria cannot stand up and say, okay, hey, we have laid low for longest time now. It is time for we to take back our country. Let's there be protest. And there will be. So what do you guys think? I want to hear from you in the comment section. This is what we're going to be ending the video today. I can't do without appreciating all our subscribers, all our returning viewers. God bless you for your great support for this program. And if it is your first time coming across our video, please subscribe to join the Plan B TV team. If you subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you'll be among the first person to be notified anytime we upload a new video. I say God bless you. We love you. Remember, God love you more. Until we meet again, stay tuned, Plan B TV. Peace out.
Don't forget to subscribe to get notified. And as you they share your support, now say God bless you too.
Sense on the bit.
Plan B TV, Plan B TV, Plan B TV. Oh, Plan B TV, Plan B TV, Plan B TV, Plan B TV.